I am super pumped to add the new MOTU Origins Roton to the collection, and I'm definitely curious to see how this one stacks up to the original vintage Roton, as well as some of the other vehicles in the MOTU Origins line so far. So we'll see how this thing stacks up as I unbox and share my thoughts on the new MOTU Origins Roton from Mattel. Hello everybody and welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host, Jay Gladfelter here. Man, I am so excited to have this Roton in my hands. Again, a big thanks to Shannon, my buddy who picked this up for me at his local Walmart and drove it all the way to Raleigh for me to open up and review here today. Gosh, I mean, is there a more iconic evil villain vehicle than the Roton? And I love what they have done with this set. The artwork is incredible. And they also gave us the monogram model kit attachments so that you can have different looks for this thing. So I think overall, this set is a really, really neat add to the MOTU Origins collection. Axel and Francisco have done an amazing job with the box art on this set, and it's just so freaking cool. I love that we've got Point Dread. Hopefully that means we'll be getting a Point Dread soon. And we've got Stratos on there with Skeletor riding the Roton. It shows you how you can swap out the monogram model plates. And then we also have Wave 9, which is starting to hit targets now. I have not found it yet, but Wave 9 is featured there in the cross-sell along with this Roton. We also got a little bit of the Eternia playset on the side here with the Snake Mountain portion and the monorail. That's pretty awesome. So again, who knows how often the different artwork is teasing future releases or just, putting it out there because it looks cool. Either way, the packaging, again, looks absolutely fantastic. And luckily, it's pretty easy to open up and save this artwork as well. And I almost forgot to mention the new 40th symbol we got there right on the top. So overall, really neat set. We also got the window box so we can see inside. If you've gotten a vehicle before, this is pretty standard so far. But still, I really love their approach on the MOTU Origins packaging. I've loved it since the beginning, and I'm continuing to love it. All right, without any further ado, let's open this thing up. Okay, it looks like it's pretty much all ready to go right out of the box, so I don't think there's too much assembly required, but we'll find that out shortly. Again, I try to do my best to not tear these boxes apart when opening them, because the artwork is just so freaking good. All right, just neatly tucked inside, we've got the top canopy, and then it looks like we got pretty simple little twisty doodads here, so it makes it really easy to kind of pop this thing out. So let's see how easy that is. Boom, look at that. Super easy to take this thing out. Love that. These just have simple ties, zip ties. It should be pretty easy. And then we've got a little faceplate here that comes out. So let's put the guns in first. Ooh, this is so shiny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, holy moly, this thing is super shiny. I don't mind that at all. But especially, if just in my mind comparing it to the vintage one. And again, this could just be years of patina, but it is a matte plastic versus this very glossy black plastic. But I kind of like the glossy black plastic look on this thing. It kind of looks a little bit more fancy and menacing in a way. A lot of stickers here, a lot of stickers that, are designed directly off of the vintage Roton. Really every single sticker from the original is upsized and recreated here for this new Roton. And yeah, so there's no, unlike the Wind Raider, which had some stickers like the original, but I don't know why. Maybe just because there's more things to paint to give it a little more definition. This one seems even more a direct recreation of the vintage. The big differences here being is it's a lot bigger, and it actually has two little handlebars here to control the steering, which the vintage one did not have. So the fact that this is bigger will actually allow figures to sit in it better, because I've had this hanging up in my display, and the only way I can get an Origins figure to sit into it is to remove the bottom of his feet, and then it sits in there okay, but he's missing the bottom of his feet. So this new one, and that's kind of true of the vintage here. Yeah, let me put in a vintage Skeletor. So really, you can kind of squeeze him in there with the legs, but you know, that could kind of break the figure eventually. So the original Roton has always been too small, even for the vintage figures. So, you know, the big difference here is that this Roton is bigger. So the real test here is going to be how it fits with a current Origins figure. So let's see, we're gonna put Skeletor in here, and let's see how he fits. Now again, the Origins figures, if I do have a criticism for the design, they don't really sit all that well. You can kind of like get them to straddle or whatever, but they don't really sit. But let's see here how old Skeletor fits. And he fits pretty good. So yeah, I think the upscale on the size is the big win here for the Roton, and it's glossier, so I think that looks pretty cool as well. The action feature works, and it works really well, and it clicks just like the original one. Let's bring in, which is great. A bit of a deeper tone on the bigger one. It's kind of like this one's smaller, so it's got a brighter noise than the new one. But still, it kind of has the feel, the look of the vintage while fixing some of the flaws with the original vintage Roton. So this is the classic look. We do have the ability to add the monogram. I think it's what it was called, monogram. Yes, it was the monogram Roton. And so if you don't know the story there were these model kits that had Talon Fighter, Attack Track, and Roton, and they all were slightly different from the normal retail releases. So that monogram Roton had this canopy as well as this as the faceplate. And so this set allows you to kind of have either look if you want it. And the cool thing is you can say, I just want the canopy. So we can put the canopy in here like that. And you can have it just with a canopy if you want to. And it actually fits the figure really well. Yeah, no issues with that at all. And then you could put on the faceplate if you want to. So it gives you a lot of different options for displaying your Roton, and it's really easy. That was super simple. Literally did it while I was talking to you. And you can do the model kit version for monogram, or you can, again, easily take these off and have the vintage Mattel version of the Roton. So it's pretty simple. It's that simple, folks. You've got a really nice vehicle, a great addition to the MOTU Origins line, and it has done nothing but do exactly what I wanted it to do out of the package, which is it carries over the great clicking Roton action feature. It's bigger, so it can actually accommodate the figures. It can really sit in it and not just kind of like sit on top of it. And it is very easy to attach and remove and pick and choose which elements from the monogram model set that you want to add to this Roton. So MOTU Origins is still hitting home runs left and right. It is still, without a doubt, the best of all of the new Masters of the Universe toy lines from Mattel. And I hope it keeps on going strong because they keep on making fantastic, refreshed, reimagined figures, vehicles, and play sets from the original MOTU line and bringing it to today. It's just the gold standard. This one absolutely gets the Geek Dad Life buy rating. I want to thank the people that make this show possible, my patrons. You can find a full list of them right here. If you'd like to help this channel grow, become a patron today at patreon.com/geekdadlife. Definitely check out some of my other videos on this channel, like this one that YouTube wants you to check out, and one of my more recent videos. And until next time, hasta luego, and goodbye.